Hello everyone, you're all welcome back to my channel. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to cut and sew this high-low circle top. A massive thank you to all my subscribers. I appreciate you. To begin, we have our fabric here. This is crepe fabric, 3 yards of crepe fabric. And so you can choose to use 2 yards, 2.5, depend on the volume you want your circle top to be and also your size, how big you are. So this is 3 yards and I'm going to be showing you how to fold your fabric in order to cut out your circle top. So you go ahead and fold your 3 yards into 2. When you fold it into 2, it becomes 1.5. Like you're folding, you're doing it at the part where you measure 3 yards. So now you see that you have an open end and you have a closed end. There's an end that is closed. So you're going to take the open end and bring it towards the closed end to form a triangular shape just like this. I hope you understand that. So I'll take it again. You have a closed end. When you fold your fabric into 2, you see that there is a part that is closed. There's another part that is open. So you're going to take the open part and bring it towards into the closed part, forming a triangular shape just like this. So you go on and arrange your fabric. Make sure it's aligning properly. So at this point, if you're yet to subscribe to my channel, please subscribe, hit on the red button and subscribe. Leave your comments, like and share. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. God bless you. So now we are going to begin with taking our body measurement. I'm going to start with the shoulder. I'm working with shoulder measurement of 16 inches. I'm going to divide that 16 inches into 2, making it 8 inches. I'll go ahead and add 1/2 inch to that 8 inches for sewing allowance. And I'll take my measurement at that point, making it 8.5 inches. So I'll mark it right there. And rule a straight line. So that line is going to be serving as our shoulder line as well as the start line. We are going to be starting all our vertical measurements on that line. So now I'll go ahead and take my neck width. Okay, I'll be working neck width of 3.5 inches. Note that if you're working with a smaller neck measurement, you have to make slit at the back of your neckline so your top can enter your head freely. So the cutting I'm doing, I'm cutting for both back and front. So this is back and front unfold together. So I'm going to be cutting neckline for the back and neckline for the front. Okay, so now we are working with 3.5 inches in width, which is for both the front and the back. So the depth for the back is going to be 2 inches. I'll go on and give that a curve. And then I'll also go ahead and take the neck depth for the front, which is going to be 3.5 inches. I'll go ahead and give it a curve as well. So now I'll go over to my shoulder point and come down by 1 inch for my shoulder slant. After this, I'm going to take my armhole depth of 8.1 inches. I'll mark it there and then rule a straight line. Okay, just look at how I'm positioning my ruler. It's coming down straight, not in a triangular form, not in a circle form like I place this ruler now, but let it come straight. Let it come down straight. Just watch how I place my ruler and do yours in the same way. I'll go ahead and roll my line down, and then I'll also roll a straight horizontal line. This line is going to serve as my chest line. So at that chest line, I'm going to take my bust measurement, which is 40 inches. But because this is a free dress, I'm going to be adding extra 4 inches to it, making it 44 inches. So 44 inches divided by 4 is going to give me 11 inches, and I'm going to add 1 inch for sewing allowance. So now I'm going to mark the midpoint of my armhole depth, which is 4.1 inches. Then at that point, I'll come out by ½ inch. I'm going to connect the dots to form a curve. So this is my armhole curve for the front. And then I'll still go ahead and mark my armhole curve for the back. The front, that of the front came inward, while that of the back just maintained that line around there. So I went up by ½ inch to mark out my shoulder sewing allowance, my shoulder seam allowance. So the next thing is to go ahead and mark as the length of the top. The length of this top is 36 inches. So I went ahead to place my tape at the shoulder point there at the neck. Right at the neck width, I placed my tape there. And just like we always take the measurement for flay, for circle, when cutting out our circle, I'll go ahead and start marking out my 36 inches. While my tape is right at that neck width point, I'll take it round, marking out 36 inches. Just like I'm doing it, the tape is right at that point while I mark out my 36 inches all round the fabric. So the next thing is for me to go ahead and cut it out. So I'll first of all cut out my neck depth for the front, for the back, sorry. And the shoulder, I'll just cut out following the back measurement first. Then I'll go ahead to cut out the circle that I marked at the downside of the top. I'll just go on following the point I made to cut it out. So now after cutting it out, the next thing I'm going to do is to remove the back part of the top. I'll remove it while I go on to cut out the front. But before then, I'll cut out the side. I'll really line into the end of the side there. So at this point, I'll go on to cut out the back neck depth, just the back neck depth. After doing this, I'll remove the back part of the top. I'll remove just the back. And I'll continue with the front to cut out the front measurements. So at this point, I'll go on to cut out the front neckline, neck depth, which is 3.5. I'll cut it out. And then I'll cut out the shoulder, the armhole, sorry. I'll cut out the armhole. You see how the armhole for the front came inward. We are attaching sleeve to our top, so this is very important. I'll go ahead and cut out my sleeve. I already have my pattern made. So now the next thing is for me to cut out my facing for both the front and the back neckline. So I cut out a piece of fabric. I'll go ahead and place, this is my front, the front part of my top, the front pattern. I'll go ahead and place it on it this way. From the neckline down, I have 4 inches. So for at the shoulder, I went ahead to measure 4 inches there as well. So I'll go on and trim it out at the shoulder and into the neckline. I'll remove my top after trimming it out. Then I'll retake my 4 inches and then curve it from the top part to the shoulder part of the facing. And this is what we have. So what you need to do, just go ahead and place it on your fabric, the front part of your top, the right face facing each other. I'll go over to my sewing machine and stitch it round, then give it a notch and turn it. I'm going to do the same thing to the back part of my top as well, of my circle top. And then my sleeve, this is my sleeve already cut out. So now I've gone ahead to attach my facing to both the front and the back neckline. This is what I have. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to place them on each other, the right face facing each other. Right face to right face. So I'm going to pick the shoulder line and I'll take a piece of fabric from the back and wrap it towards the front like this. And then I'll go over and sew it down using 1/2 inch. After stitching it, this is how neat the inside is looking. So if you use the method I just did, you're going to have a neat finishing at your shoulder line on the inner part of your top. So the next thing I'm going to do is to attach my sleeve, the midpoint of my sleeve to the midpoint of the shoulder, the right face facing each other. Okay, make sure you're placing it right face to right face at the shoulder point. Then I'll go over to my sewing machine and use 1/2 inch to stitch it all round. After that, I'll use 1 inch to sew it down. So at this point, I'm done stitching my top. My circle top is almost ready. And this is what we have. So now to achieve our high-low effect, just go on and pick the front part of your top, the middle part of the front part of your top. Pick it and arrange it carefully this way. Make sure the sides are facing each other. Oh, I need to turn it to the wrong face so that I don't use chalk to stain the right part of my fabric. So now at the wrong face, make sure the sides of the top are on each other. Use your pin to hold it down right there. And then you arrange it from the middle. Remember, you're picking it from the middle part of the front part of your top. And then at that middle point, I went up by 9 inches. You can go up by 7, but it depends on how high you want it to be. And then at the side, I went up by 2 inches. You can go up by 3. You can go up by 4. 3.5. 3 is okay. So I'm going to give it a curve from the middle point there, from the front side. I'll curve it into the 2 inches at the sides. Then I'll move it a little further to the back just for it to blend in. Okay, you can see how it's blended in there. So the next thing is to go ahead and cut it out. So just work on it based on how high, low you want it to be. Okay, it's as simple as that. You can see what I just did, and just blend it in a little into the back part of your circle top. So I'm done cutting it out, and this is what I have. You already saw the video at the beginning of our tutorial. So this is it. This is how high the front is. That's how low the back is. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Stay connected. Turn on your post notification bell so you're updated whenever I upload.